peeps? What's going on with y'all? What y'all doing? What's going on? Hey, we're here. We're live. We're happening. We're a little bit late. Seems to be a pattern with us now. I don't know why the hell we're doing shit like that, but we're doing that. Greetings. Yeah, we have an excellent collection. Hey, yeah, I also see that the color turned out a lot better. I don't know if y'all watched video last week, but in case you did watch the video last week, it was quite good. Like we're experimenting with a vast many things, and we got a hip hop and I got to edit the shit out of that thing too because it turned out to be bad, but not so bad. You know, it was all right. It was all right. Yeah. So here we are. What's going on, people? I was going to bring you a build today because I have been flying a couple planes of mine, and they've been working out quite well. A little bit better than I thought, but it also involved a particular type of plane. So, like, I've been talking to you about JN1621 -3 and how it was working out for me. And lo and behold, look at me being stupid. Forgot to actually bring it down here. Well, it was okay. It's been windy, so but the flights have been good. It was like influenced by the wind, and in that really actually it's only been because when they loop, they fly, they glide with the wind very good. And this is like I told you before, you can go out in the wind, but you can't let the wind decide for you like what your plane does because, well, I mean, okay, you throw it into the wind, it's going to glide with the wind. You throw it, you know, with the wind, and it comes back, and it doesn't go like so. You're really alienating your range. You're never going to find it out. And that's what happened on this thing because I can get it to loop, and yeah, it loops good. But the problem is, it's like it loops well too good. It's like it doesn't. If you leave it straight, it goes too straight. I'm not looking for that in an interceptor. My plane, I'm trying to get, again, I guess I'm trying to get another glider in it. And it doesn't really have the front, like one thing we were talking about last week, which you may or not have been privy to. Well, you would if you watched the show, but you may not be privy to it because I haven't really kind of got into like editing that like I want to, so it would be a little bit different. But it's not user friendly. So anyway, it's not like when you go out there to test fly, when you go out there to regular fly, if you use these planes, or like if you use the wind and the weather that's there to find out how these planes are going to just be standardized, you're not going to get anything out of the wind. Now, of course, you could be dealing with a regular, like it could be windy there all the time, and I mean that may or may not be a great idea. Hey, Abby, how you doing, man? That may or may not be a great idea, but it's like if you're always being influenced by it, then I guess you know you build your planes around that, and that's going to be quite different than anyways how it would normally be. But like this plane that I'm talking about, like it's not. I'd like it to be stiller than this, and I'm beginning to realize that I might not get that. So I'm trying to make these planes. I'm trying to make these planes work now, and I'm thinking about like how they would be if they were in a strong wind at all times. And again, this plane fights the wind really good. And what we were talking about was we wanted longer glide times. We need to get away from having these pointed tips and get into having, you know, a flat front end, which is, again, if you see any record holders out there, that's typically what they have. So again, we're looking at it. We haven't really practiced it yet. I want to get into that tonight. I was going to jump into it right away and see what we do because, like, people like Abby have been watching, been waiting for builds. I wanted to get into a build. Now, this isn't a build exactly you're expecting, but again, I'm just waiting on my channel to be nice, and I think I might have something. But see, when you got work and life and all this brouhaha, and like actually I got a bunch of stuff brewing, so forgive me, but it's coming along, and like I got you guys involved in the last time we built something, test fly these planes and see how they were, and I think people got a chance to test fly Spider, and we're like, man, Spider sucks. Spider has been sucking, but it does work, and when it works, it's great. So don't let, like I said, I mean, if you've built planes, you realize not every one of them you build is going to be great. So, I mean, just keep working at it. Build more. You know, I mean, don't just stop at the one and say, wow, that sucks. I mean, tweak it. Tweak the one you got that sucks. Build like 5 others. One of them's bound to be good. If you're working on Spider, if you're working on Valkyrie, like I showed you how to build, you know that like these planes are not, I mean, on average, some of them suck, but there are some that make remarkable flights and don't like, it's like robbing yourself if you don't build a variety of them to be able to test stuff out on. I mean, that's the whole point to me getting you guys involved in the first place. I mean, not only may your folds be different, but it's a good possibility you might like, what if you stapled the wings, or what if you punched a hole in the nose, or any kind of option that I haven't thought of is what you need to think of for me. So, with that being said, okay, we've kind of went along with this. You've kind of built an ND19 with me. You're going to build another one, but you're going to build them in this new way. It's still 19.3. It would be another dash, but since it's been unnamed and it's not accepted, it's not furthered along. Okay, so I'm not really like we're just trying to keep it going. Okay, so I've worked on the design some. I've progressed on to the thing, like further steps of the things that I found. So, and what I have found, what is crucial is it seems to like thicker bonded paper more. Wait, Valkyrie is good now? You put flaps in it, it's okay. What do you mean you cut the, like I said, because it was like really kind of like, before you had it was just shooting straight in? Yeah, that's what I said, because yeah, it was, you said you were having, it was more like an interceptor. Okay, yeah, so I knew, yeah, when you were describing it, it had to be weight. That's cool. Albie, are you able to take a picture? I mean, or anything like that at all? Or anything, a video, a pic, or something? I would just kind of like to see, like, how yours looks. To see if yours, like, overall it looks a little different than mine's. Mine has been turning out. So I can compare notes, you know, trying to see, like, if yours is... Okay, well, that's good. You need the fin in the back. I would think that you could build the Valkyrie any way you want to, and of course you could take the fin out and everything. But I'm not going to consider, me personally anyway, I don't consider it a Valkyrie unless it looks pretty much the way I showed you how to build it. You can alter that shape, but I don't think you could you could broaden the wings. You could make them narrower. You may be able to like cut some length off, which almost you have to do like you proved. You know, take the nose down, but you need that fin. You need the stubby wings. You need a little bit of the winglets. So. I just think that's crucial. Plus the fact that my whole point was I want to try to get it to work with those integrated. So please, like I said, please try to work that. I'm glad to hear that you can do that. Okay, cool. Great. I'd like to see that. I mean, I want to see if how you built yours, and I can compare notes and see like, okay, so what am I doing wrong? Because mine, man, I think like out of the 17 I've built, only one has glided very well. It's very disappointing to me. But in the meantime, anyway, ND19.3, you've helped me build this. I've gotten further along. This plane's a little bit better than it was before. So I want you guys to step along with me, build this one again, and I'll let you peek in on the stuff that I've learned from it. The crucial thing, what I was getting at, it seems to want a thicker bond paper. Not very thick. Don't go to cardstock. Don't go to certificate paper, but step up from your basic, I guess, Xerox copy paper. And this is ye old Babies R Us paper again from the Huggies Little Mover. These, I don't know what it is about these sheets, but these sheets are thicker. They've worked out a lot better. The offer was valid 2011, so I'm fairly well safe I can use this. Anyway, the R Us family is dead. Rip. I hope they come back one day. Anyway, but this paper, while it seems a little bit thin, it's not. It's worked better. I probably actually wanted to be thicker than this. But it's what I've got. So, and I want you guys to come along with this one. So, in any case, here we go. Let's see if we can get this one out right away. I want to get it done because I want to get it done because it's earlier on in the show. All right, so you remember what we're doing is we're kind of folding this thing in thirds. And it does, I don't want it to be exact. The crucial part is I don't want it to be exact. So we're not measuring. We're just trying to give it into thirds. So you take your first fold, you know, portrait it to you, and try to, like, eyeball the best you can where a third of the plane is up. Okay, and just fold it in. Make it even as possible. Watch your edges there and even it up. You can, if you want to get it closer as third to a possible, which is what I've been doing, like crease it near the middle. Don't crease it all the way. Then fold the other one back up on it and see if it's like, is it about there? Is you folding in where it would be a third? If that is, you got it right. And again, I'll give you an approximation. Approximation, hell, I'll give you the measurement, but I'm not going to, like, again, if you get near it, that's fine. So it's a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet, you know, Murica. Sorry, it's not an A3. I'm really got to work on that shit. But anyway, it's, yeah, 8.5 by 11. So I folded it, and when I'm done with it, it's now, it is 7.5. So, I mean, that's a pretty good, the fold is 3.5 inches, and it's like the entire length is 7.5. So that's pretty good. A third. Yeah, this is trying to be my new paper plane. I want you guys to help out with it. So, okay. So anyway, yes. So you got your thirds. It's not exact, but I don't want it to be exact. And as a matter of fact, the more differences you and I and everybody else that builds this can be, the best off it'll come out. So, and actually, look at me making this amateur mistake of it being crooked. Hold on, bear with me. I gotta fix this. Yeah, this is the newer version of ND19-3, and this version has been flying a lot better. I would call this a, well, since I can't actually add a number onto this, I'd say this is ND19-3, probably C. Actually, no, excuse me, D. I've been through 3 different types of this now. Okay, so anyway, so we fold it, now we take it back and we fold it in half. Still talking like portrait or landscape. So again, you did your first fold. Follow me along here. You did your first fold to fold it in thirds. Now you're just taking it and folding it in half. So you go to landscape mode just to make sure you get it even. Make sure you get it even, people. Okay. And now again, all this is going to be familiar up until this last point. All right. So we got this here. All right. Now we're going to take the you got your fold in half. All right. So now it's just to follow along. Make sure everybody's on the same page here. It's still 7.5 inches long, but now it's 4.25 inches wide. It's 4.25 inches this way, 7.5 this way. Okay. All right. So now where your fold is, you see the line. We got this fold. You're going to take and start folding the pointy end in. This is where I'm going to start playing with this. I've already started working on the next version of this, and you guys will follow along. But actually, what we might do is turn into these weekly shows and how this thing progresses. Okay, so take it down to almost the tip over here where the nose is going to be, but follow the angle out so the fold does not keep along with the keel here, with the center line. Okay, so you're going to leave a little bit of a flatness to where the tip meets, and then it's going to start slanting up. You guys can, it's probably not bright. I'll give you an angle after I complete the fold. There you go. Oh, bloody hell. I'm trying to see this live. So if you can see, pardon my lighting scheme. It's kind of, well, oh yeah, well, yeah, there you go. It's really shaded, but if you could tell, that line does not follow the keel. It kind of comes up. So there's like about a, I don't know, what is that? Almost a ½ inch space between where that fold is and the keel. Okay. Again, approximation. I don't need it to be exact is what I'm doing. I need it to be, I want you to like make your own version and see what it does. But I want it to be somewhat close to what I'm doing so you can help me out. All right. And then, of course, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side so you make sure that line is nice and even. Symmetry is the name of the game. So we got it here. Why am I wearing these sleeves, by the way? It's a nice temperature out here, but my basement's nice and cool. I think a nice 74 degrees today. Slight wind. Well, slight. It was too breezy for the planes. I tried flying the newest version of 19.3, and it just, well, it did what I described. Flew into the wind really long, but it flew against the wind really bad. But it glides very good. So I'm pretty sure this thing's going to have some good glideability. So anyway, you got your little, it's not a point. It's a very, very slight snub. And you got your angle. Okay? That's your first slant. Now, we're going to do the second one. We're going to do about the exact same thing. And this is where we differentiate between the version I built for you last time and this one. Okay, so you're going to take that. This is tricky. This is actually where it kind of like gets out away from you. If you can do this, I suggest what you do is staple or tape. I prefer stapling because a staple can be removed and the hole's not going to affect the aircraft. But what you want to try to do here, because we're going to fold back in and we want to keep it, again, you want to keep it balanced. You got to keep these wing pockets from coming out because we're going to fold again here. So what I like to do, this is just a placekeeper. It is not staying put. We're going to place a staple in that pocket right there. And again, that's just a placeholder. I really wish I remember to turn the damn overhead light on. I forgot that. So anyway, there's a staple there. Okay, that is just there to hold that pocket in place. All right. So that will be coming out. Yeah, we don't need that. A puck's on me for not having my tools at hand. So anyway, so what we're gonna do now, okay? You could tape it if you have to. Just remember you're gonna peel it off. Although truth be told, part of this thing is taping. So, but you could binder clip it, you could paper clip it, whatever you need to do to hold this in place, because it's gonna want to pooch on you. It's gonna want to come down. You don't need it to do that. You need it to stay put, so you can form a nice crease. So anyway, that being said, here we are at this. So, however you got it. Okay, now what we're gonna do, fold again down here, like basically the same thing. All right, it's gonna kind of come down. Don't make it a total point. And then do not follow the previous fold you had. So you kind of can't see it because my lighting sucks. You know, hold on a minute, babe. Hold on a minute, people. What we're going to do is, I'm going to change this. There. Is that better? I had to turn on the overhead light because you guys are... Now it didn't really help. No, you can see the staple. That's actually better for this. Okay, so you see, like, all right, there's a staple. There's the line. Okay, for the original line. So what you're going to do here, fold this down. But again, you're not folding it down to keep up with the old fold right here. You're giving it about the same amount of space you did when that fold was away from the keel. Well, no, I know. I mean, like, dude, that's one of the things we talk about, Abby. It's okay. You don't have to have a big area. If you can get to one, obviously it's fine, but you work with what you got, you know. I mean, if your yard is small, if your playground is small, fine. Use a smaller one. It's just okay. Just keep in mind that, you know, like the world is expanding. I mean, your world is expanding. So, I mean, like, some way down the road, you might have a big enough place. So anyway, so you keep that fold. Again, you're not taking it all the way to the tip, and you're definitely trying to make a duplicate space here. So it's folding down here, increase it. The staple will hold it so it won't pooch. And when you'll get done with it, you'll see where the difference is, because if you'll notice the last time we did this, if you'll notice most of my other ND19s, they make that Delta Diamond tip off the end. And here, when the fold's completed, it does not do that anymore, because now you're stopping short of the wing. That's crucial, because these newer versions have eliminated the Delta Diamond. So you got that? All right. So you see that it's not meeting the previous fold. The previous fold is not meeting the keel, so you've got a little step going on there. It's not all the way at the tip, because the tip is really neither here nor there, this plane. And you got that, so then you fold it over and make your symmetrical fold. Again, follow the line, watch your creases as much as you can. You don't really obviously need to worry about the nose too much because this is the one, if you remember, that I cut the nose in reverse out. So, and by the way, if you wanted to stall this plane out at this level, it works pretty good. So you're already going to have a new one if you just do this. You come along with me on my first one, so it's pretty cool. But okay, so you've got that, right? Okay, so you got the wings formed. Again, if they don't meet up at the nose, it's okay because the nose is going away. You just want the wings to match, especially out here. This is crucial. This is the most crucial part. All right, so now, okay, we're back up to, I'll give you a little bit more light. I've got more lights on the way, so I'm going to make this a little bit better. So anyway, you got this all set up, all right? Now, this is going to be part of the plane. So you get some tape. I'm totally sorry. I should have anticipated this and asked you early on because you're going to want some tape. Get tape ready. Okay, cut off a smaller piece. And this, I'm going to go ahead and say this tape dispenser bloody sucks. This thing does not feed the way I need it to or like it to feed. I've had a problem with this thing. You guys have seen this on the show. Where's my other scissors again? Oh my god, I'm going to have to kill somebody again. Fourth time tonight. Alright, so I'm going to cut it with my scissors because this is gay. Did it fall the wrong way? Yep, sure did. Okay, so you got a little piece of tape. And what you're going to do with this tape, I did see that. I did see that. Thank you for that, by the way. Yeah, that was really, I meant to put a comment on there. I'm sorry. I'm going to put a comment. I will put a comment on there after the show. I appreciate you doing that. Those are really cool. It's all right. I don't care about like the quality of it. I can tell what's going on. I mean, yeah, okay, it's a cute little blurb when it flies sometimes, and it could be a UFO, but at least somebody got it out there. It's nice to see that. I like seeing how other people do it. I mean, like, and since you're asking, you know, I'll try to give it for you. So the tape is going to go, and I've learned this only recently. What you want to do is put it right where that fold is, right where the angle is on the fold. Put it on that section to hold that down. And use your fingernail if you can to like follow along with the fold and then keep it so that it's all taped down nice and flush. You know how they like rivets on a plane? Gotta be nice and flush. You want a smooth skin. Okay? You got that? Now you want to duplicate that same thing on there. It doesn't matter how big the piece of tape is. Try to make it kind of small, but you got to make sure you cover that. And I don't think the plane cares too much about weight at this point because of what we'll do later. But so basically you're just trying to hold this down because, again, we're not stall proofing, but we are like trying to keep it from what I call that pooch. So, all right. So we got that, okay? Taped up. That's secure. That doesn't come up anymore. Okay, right at your point there. Can you see that? You see it on the other side? Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, pretty blended in because I like using transparent tape. Okay, so all right, got this. Now we got to do the winglets and hedrils, whatever you choose to call them. I don't care. All right, now again, if you remember what I'm trying to get out of this design is it's kind of what they call the NASA Spider. That's spider-like, and Spider uses the reverse slanted fuselage as well as the inward slanted winglets or anhedrils. I'm going to say that until the end of time because some people like calling them winglets, some people like calling them anhedrils. Again, I just consider them too big to be winglets. But anyway, so, okay, so the slant is going to be towards the front end. So you're going to have it like, if it was straight, it would be like this, right? Obviously, you're trying to follow the trailing edge. We're not doing that. So what you want to do is you want to shoot it out the back. You almost want to make it where the line that's going to be your winglet follows the keel. That's a good rule of thumb. I mean, actually, it's probably acceptable. If you want to make it so that it like looks like it's parallel, you can. I don't do that. But again, I'm taking all options. I'm taking all ideas. So however this one turns out, is how you accepted it. I'd measure it for you, but what am I measuring, really? I mean, like, what do you want to know? Like, how far it sticks out in the back? Or I can tell you it sticks out about 3/8 out the back. 3/8 of an inch. Sorry, 3/8 of an inch. I'd love to tell you in meters. I'm sorry. I realize that now. The rest of the world probably does this in centimeters and stuff. I got American crap, so yeah, it's crap. And my ruler has been stolen, so. But anyway, if you could get, wait. I do have another ruler here. Sorry, I can't tell you metric. This will help you guys out, I think. That's almost a full 1 mil. Those are millimeters? Explain to me what the difference between a centimeter and a millimeter is. Okay, it's at the 1. No, I think that's a centimeter. The millimeters are in between there, but whatever. It's only 1 centimeter from the trailing edge to the tip of where I folded that. And down the entire length of the winglet fold. I mean, again, this is just to give you a point of reference. Just to give you a point of reference. This is like 2 3/4 inches long. In centimeters, it's about 7 1/4. I guess that's like, yeah. So, I'm kind of remember that like our international friends need metric because Americans are stupid. So, you know, hey, we're stupid, we're ignorant, we think the world revolves around us. Try so very hard to not be that way. But man, metric, dude, I'm sorry. My schooling sucks, man. My schooling, they started me off like this, so now like now that I'm an adult, I can't get the brain wrapped around metric. I'm trying though. I'm trying. Hey, I at least know I at least know the 24-hour clock. So anyway, so once you get that, fold your other side. Make this make it obviously as close to even as you can. This is crucial because these are your wings, so symmetry is key. Symmetry is key. And again, if you'll notice when you try to complete that fold, you'll notice your wing trying to pooch there, the pocket between the tape and where you put the anhedral. Because again, any plane that you do this does this. So try to prevent that. Ways you can do it, of course, are like using your fingernails to push it into the crease that you just folded, hold it down, and then recrease. That will affect the shape of your winglet. So, but we'll take that out when we're near the end there. Okay, so now it's not as crucial that staple that we put in place to hold the initial wing pocket is in place. But since we've got it there, we're locking it in. It's ironic that I'm going to take that staple out just to put another one in here. Although, just had this idea, seriously, just now, you may want to keep that staple in. This is up to you. This is up to me. I've just thought about this. I mean, like, you're literally witnessing history here. One of the things I've been doing is taking the staple out and then putting 2 in the nose. So the airplane almost always has 2 staples in it. This could be one of the staples. In other words, you may just want to make 1. So we'll see where we're at when we do this. Okay, but anyway, now, okay, we've done this. So now we're going to fold the wings. So again, but keep the staple in for now because you need it to hold all this crap down. So what you want to do is, you know your standard plane, if you do it, you're actually trying to get it to slant from the nose to the trailing edge, right? So it's like usually if you build it, you want it to be maybe a 1/2 inch fuselage at the nose, expanding to 3/4 of an inch or an inch or whatever, or 5 centimeters in the back where it's 3 centimeters in the front. Sorry, trying to remember this. Okay, you want to do that in reverse. So look at the back, and if you got like a God, I put that ruler back too quickly. So basically, I'm going to go with the centimeter in the back, or a 1/2 inch for those of you who are ignorant. And then we're going to like try to slant it towards the front so that it's close to 3/4 of an inch, or dare I say, now we're only going to go at 2 centimeters because it's maybe 2 1/4 by the time it reaches the front. So I'll do the fold and I'll show you. But if you got the general idea, go ahead and make the fold. Like I said, these are the parts that make this thing spider-like. So anyway, you got the fold going on. All right. Goes up. Crease that puppy down. It's going to be kind of bulky near the front, of course, because that's where your nose is. It's also going to be kind of high. Oh, man, oh, no, it turned out all right. Okay. So, and try to fold it out towards your wing, of course, because you do want to try to, any pooch that it's trying to form, you want to fight any poofing out of the wing pockets. So if you'll see there, I mean, I know it's a little bit harder to catch, but basically it's like there's straight up and down towards the keel. There's a lot of space here, whereas there's not so much space back here. That literally did work out to be, oh, okay, it's a little higher than I usually make it. It's about 1.5 centimeters. But near the nose, it's a full 2 centimeters. Damn, that's a very slight slant. Okay, whatever. Yeah. No, I did. I like school and I didn't. I mean, there are certain aspects of school, like I love history. I really love history. And like when I went into school later, like history classes usually were in the early morning. And I've never ever, basically since I was born, apparently I haven't liked mornings very much. So I had a tendency to like really kind of zone out in my history classes. Science was cool. Even math was cool. I hated algebra though. Algebra is so stupid. Give me an example where you need that crap in real life. I mean, I understand if you don't know what x is, you have to solve for x. But seriously, if you know 2 plus 2 equals 4, why do you have to turn the 4 into an x to figure out how to get to 4? For real? Anyway. It's all a bunch of crap. And anyway, I did like it though. I used my paper airplanes 3 times in school. For 2 for science project and 1 for a math class. Actually, I might have used it for something else too, but now I'm kind of lost on that. But yeah, I liked it. One of the main reasons school is awesome is because, again, not only did it set, here in IVPAC, it set the parameters for how we run time, but it also is like, where else is there, like, here in America, you know, like we have 184 days or 186 days of school, somewhere in there, I don't remember exactly, however many days there are of baseball games. Too many. But where is there ever a time in 180 days where you know where your friends are going to be every day? You know? Seriously, your friends are there every day. That's how you made those friends. You don't never get that usually in life unless you have a career and you always see them, and then you're kind of like fed up with them. Anyway, so fold your wing back down here. You folded your first one. Make sure your second one meets. Doesn't matter how you folded that first one, the second one's got to meet it. I mean, you guys are welcome to try to make an asymmetrical plane, but I really don't think that's going to work out for us. So, but give it a shot. I mean, again, I'm here to try. Math is, yeah, like I said, math is kind of give or take. Geometry was fun. Algebra sucked. I mean, obviously, basic math is basic math. But, and I only touched on trig. When I went to high school, I only touched on trig. And trig is like, man, that is so not worth it. It isn't even worth it. Why do we do trig and calculus? Like, that's just to piss people off. Anyway. All right, so we got it there, okay? Now you're basically built, all right? Unfold it. Use your thumb. Make sure you uncrease at the wing. And then make sure, of course, your lines are... Unfold your winglets. Follow it along because your crease obviously is going to want to fight you. Take that back out. Okay, watch your rudders. It's crucial you watch your rudders because your rudders are going to want to like start folding different ways. When you fold it, I'm looking at it right now. When you fold it, you're done. You're not done with the plane yet, but you're trying to make sure everything's all symmetrical. It's going to look like it's like coming towards you because these inward sloped winglets look kind of, you know, like they're inward sloped. So you're going to see a face of it when you point at you. And then your rudder is, like I said, the main rudder here kind of wants to go one way or the other. So, and whatever you push this down to, like when you get a hold of it, lay it flat, push your winglets, your wing pockets down, just to make sure they're not as poofy as they can be, because they want to be that. My job? Yeah, I build shit. Like, I do, basically construction with, like, wood stuffs and everything. Wood stuff and wire. Been doing it for quite a while. Do I enjoy it? Yeah, kind of. I mean, construction is kind of my thing. Design and construction is kind of my thing, so. I like to, like, kind of like Ben over at Y13. I like to draw it, but then I like to build it. So we're birds of a feather when it comes to that. So, okay, there. All right. So anyway, all flat. Try to make sure these don't. They have a tendency to like to curl near the tip. So that's what you saw me doing there, is like trying to take out that curl. Okay, so I kind of got ahead of myself with that because we're not really done with. We shouldn't really be forming that up quite yet, but here's the scoop. So now, yeah, fold it back down like this. All right, so you got your wings down against your nose, because what you're going to need to do here is you're not exactly following the line of your leading edge of your wing here, but you're going to cut at the tip where the leading edge meets the nose. You're going to cut there and then follow the slant most of the way down. If you want to follow the leading edge, you can. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave a little bit of it down there. So it's going to stump like that. Yeah, you just got rid of you just got rid of most of your nose, because that was your nose. It just attached. So again, what makes this plane is that. And now you'll notice, actually, if you unfold it, that now like the front end really wants to come apart. And yes, I've thought about playing with that, because you're giving yourself a little bit of a canard up there. That's probably going to become in the next variant. But as of right now, we're not playing with that. So you got that. Now, this is totally your choice. I suppose. I know. But see, when you get into, you talk about engineering, you say it like that, and then it sounds like I'm all math and science, and I'm really not all math and science. I'm more practice, you know. But I thank you for that. So let's see. So we got that. Now again, where I was getting to, the staple that I was talking about that you actually had in there. Here's your point. You can either choose to leave that staple in, or you can take it out. And I'm having a moral conundrum right now, because I'm actually leaning towards leaving it in. And I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm actually going to leave the staple in. So it's your choice. If you want to take it out, you can. You obviously don't need the dragon's teeth for it, but you can take it out by hand. Just watch yourself. Could be a painful process. If you leave it in, you only need to put one more staple in it. If you take it out, I'm going to show you both ways. If you leave it, we're going to go with leave it in because I'm leaving mine in. Okay, I'm going to put one more staple in it. That one more staple is going to go along the leading edge of the slant that you just cut. It's basically to keep nose integrity up, which is why this thing always had two. It adds a little bit of weight. It needs weight. It's funny because you just cut it out of the nose. But trust me, for some odd reason, this works. So you just literally follow that slant, and it's going to be used to hold down the paper that we just had. Even though I can see that's actually going to be another thing that I do in the future after I get this plane working. So you're following the slant of your nose, and you're holding down those pockets with this staple. So there. If you see it, follows that line right there. Good, solid. Yep, just right along. Looks like it's right along there. Now, you're leaving the staple in, you're done. If you took this staple out, what you'd want to do with this one is put it a little bit more towards the keel so you can put the other one in right at the very top tip, because this now has become your tip. So you want to put the staple in right up there near the top, as high as you can get it. Not into the wing, but you want it to be holding that tip because the two staples make your nose. This one, obviously, if you're following along with me, yeah, I know. It's cool, isn't it? It's got a nice little shape to it. Don't get rid of those scissors quite yet. We're going to need them. Okay, so now we're basically done with it. If you've worked at the rest of this, so first off, you're trying to okay, you got to get this fold back in, okay? Watch your tip there, because they like the wings like to curl right at that tip. So you want to fight that off so they're nice and straight, especially when you look at it. Give it a good look. Make sure it looks just like yours. Or, from the front, look straight. Flatten out your wings to the trailing edge from the pockets. Take your fingernails and press down to the pockets to the trailing edge. Make sure they're nice and flat. Kick your winglets out a little bit. Your anhedrals out a little bit. Again, they don't like being 90 degrees down. But again, your plane, you're welcome to try it however you want to try it. If you want to see if they actually will work at 90 degrees, do. But I seem to, most of my planes really seem to like the winglets a little bit more out. So when you're looking at it, it should look pretty straight. There should be no, even though I've got one right here. Edges are nice and crisp. Folds are nice and crisp. Okay. Then the other thing that you're going to want to do, well, make sure you look at the back and it doesn't look like it's like, I got a little bit of a bulge going on to like the right wing sags. Okay, now one other thing you're going to have, if you were to, this plane is basically done. Yes, my kid, I only got one, and yeah, he went to school. He didn't go to college like I didn't. I took some courses, but didn't finish because, that's for another show. But he takes in his dad's footsteps. He's a constructionary like me, so we like to draw, we like to build. I can't get rid of that sag. So anyway, okay, you're basically done. If you were to fly this right now, though, it would probably, because of all the stuff that you did to actually make sure that it's nice and straight. You see that? See the way it dips right there? This wing doesn't. Got a little bit of stress on this one that I don't have on that one. I don't know where that came from. I could probably get it out, but it's not going to matter anyway. So, oh yeah, that worked out better. Anyway, you could throw it right now and test fly it and see if you like it the way it is. Chances are when you throw it, it's probably going to be pretty straight because we've built it to be that way. All the folds are nice and crisp. If you don't tweak it each time you fly it, it will develop into something different. If you tweak it to get it to this point, again, it's a little nose heavy. You'll probably have yourself an interceptor. So this part is crucial. If you don't have the scissors, and I've banked on the fact that you do because you followed me along and you needed to fold that front end. Hey, Robert, what's up? Yeah, you are. I started late, but yeah, and I know I have. Speaking of which, I do have Discord up in the background, but I got into the show, so I didn't want to screw it up yet. Forgive me on that one. Man, you missed it because we were building this thing. I built a new version of the ND19-3. Like I said, he's not in college. He's not in university, so we haven't. Like I said, I did courses, and I don't know if he actually took a university course or not, but he's not doing it now. So my wife is the one that did all the university stuff. She's got a master's degree, so she's the book smarty one, even though I love to read. Anyway, let's get this done. So interceptor now. This is the crucial part, and you'll want to unfold it again for this because you want to make them the same cut. So take a trailing edge there, take your scissors. I got a little one because I like to fine cut here. God bless it. Let me get this out the way. I can't see. All right, so you're going to want to cut like maybe a millimeter or two away from where your wing fold is back here in the tail edge because you're going to give it some flaps, but you're going to give it some small flaps. So you're only going to cut like a half a centimeter, about a quarter of an inch. And they're going to be about the span of the wing because they do more damage. Oh, see, got me thinking again. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them a little bit further down. Like basically, if you take the winglets down, I'm going to cut them right at the winglet level. Same length as the one down here. So about like, half a centimeter, 3 millimeter, whatever the hell that is. I'm not metric. So a quarter of an inch. Okay. I hate doing that because I'm unfolding my wings, and every little tweak to the wing, of course, means the wings could turn out to be, questionable. But however you want to do it to get all your folds nice and crisp, get them back. And now you have flaps to play with because you're going to want it. If you don't cut them in, you can obviously play with them if you do like the crinkle method on site in situ, which I do a lot with these birds. As a matter of fact, the test flight I did earlier, dude, what the hell am I talking about? The test flight I did earlier, I did that. So, but in essence, you're going to want these because, again, this plane will basically be an interceptor without them. And then you want to flip them up a hair. I mean, you're talking about maybe 5 degrees off the plane of the wing. Very, very subtle. That's actually too much. But very, very subtle. But you need that. See the way it curves? See that crap? But as long as you have it, Jesus, that right there, that's horrible. But that happened because I didn't crease that part of it. So anyway, you just need it to be 5 degrees up off the plane. And I mean, by plane, I mean the plane of the wing. So the flat plane of the wing being 0 degrees, you need these to be up. If you have them up, you will have yourself a glider. If you put them up too high, it'll turn into kind of a stunter. But if you put them up with just a little bit, and obviously you can tweak them during the flights, you'll get some stuff out of this plane. But they're very crucial to this. And if you start having this thing spiral or corkscrew, you'll know you'll have messed with the rudders somewhat. And again, this is what makes NASA's Spider a little tweaky because, again, this is eliminating Delta Diamonds. This is the first one I've built so far. Actually, even this one right here, if you followed along, it's the first one I've ever built without completely having no tips, a Delta Diamond at all. Spider has the big ones, and I think that's what messes it up. This one should fly really good. So, you're welcome to try this, and please tell me how the hell this one turned out, because I'm really anxious to see this one. Oh my God, 8 kids? Bloody hell, dude. How do you handle that crap? I wouldn't want to eat cats. Ugh. Man, I think I just got a headache. Oh my God, I think I just got a headache. Thinking of 8 kids. Abby, you're 14? Hey, we did a pretty good guess. That's kind of what I thought you might have been. Do you guys get a summer break? You don't, do you? Because, again, ignorant Americans, I think we're the only ones who do this summer vacation crap. Personally, and I always said this even when I was in school, I'd have loved to have gone to school year-round and just had more distributed breaks. I'd have killed for, like, bigger break, like 2 weeks off in spring, 2 weeks off in summer, like 3 weeks off in winter, something like that, and another week here somewhere or whatever. Like, dude, I thought that'd have been killer. That'd have geared you up for better learning, and it geared you up instead of, like, and like, you don't feel like, again, like, especially once you leave, especially if you leave college, because you get a summer break in college, university, but, like, it'll gear you up for real life, because there's absolutely no job in the world to say, oh, summer break. You're just crestfallen. Seriously, first time you enter the workforce and realize you don't get 3 months off, you're like, the hell? And life just sucks from there. If every job had a 3-month break, I think every worker would just be, like, superb. If it was like school, it would be superb. But unfortunately, maybe some of the rest of you guys out there in the world actually get a benefit from that. But we in America sure as hell don't. They just work us to the bone and don't pay us enough. But again, maybe y'all experience that too. I don't know. Shit's about to change, bro. Shit's about to change. Anyway, so you have your plane. It's done. Robert, you came in too late. I know. You came in too late. You could have built me a one. You're going to have to rewatch this so you can come along and build this thing, because I'm anxious to see how you do yours too. I'm in the back. You can't watch me because I'm doing this in my lap since I built the plane like a dumbass. But remember, I believe in coding, so I'm date coding it right now in the background. And I'm writing a slant like it's February or April or something. It's fucking June. What am I doing? Okay, that's going to be the end. So I got to put a date code on this because this is my daily plane. What day is today, people? The 16th. Abby, it's the 17th where you are? So obviously you put the 17th down. Aha, I built my plane before you. By the sheer audacity of the international dateline, I beat you to building this plane. And I cheated today because I'd already built one. So I got 2 for my one-a-days today. And they're both complete. Which sucks. But whatever. But anyway, so it's done. You have yourself the newest version of Sills ND19-3. Take with it and do what you will and let me know what you did. This plane will be much better than what you're used to. And I foresee doing better things with this one even still, because like even just, I thank you guys for this. Follow me along on the show. I've already seen exactly what I can do. Well, come back to the past and let me know what happened up there. You could have told us about 2020 beforehand, dude. Robert, you shouldn't have to deal with it by yourself, man. You need help. I don't mean that in a bad way. You just need some help. Anyway, so okay, after my test flight here in the room, I'm going to say this right now. This thing is extremely stable, but it does have a downward pitch. So for those of you that test fly yours, if you built it the same way, you may want to up those flaps in the back. Maybe bring it closer to 10 degrees off the plane of the wings. Or maybe cut a little bit of trim out of that nose. If you did that already, I'm telling you nothing. If you didn't do that, I'm just suggesting it. But again, however you built your plane, come back, rewatch this, build another version of it, and then once you get it, build your versions of it. Tell me what the hell it does. I've got high hopes for this thing, because now that I've lost the Delta Diamond, this thing has became a plane unto itself. It's really pretty cool. So I'm hoping this is actually, something. And hopefully one of you guys found something. Like something better. Bear with me, I gotta fly it like 5 times. I always gotta test fly it back and forth and front to back and stuff like that. So, yeah, it flies pretty good. Can't do that. I followed that nose too good. Oh, Jesus Christ, I did, didn't I? Okay, well, I'm gonna do what I can to actually cut a little bit more weight out of the nose. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more angle, even though I'm getting dangerously close to that staple. Every little bit helps. So cutting hair. And of course, I will up the angle in the back. But obviously, we have some pretty good ideas here already. I don't know about you guys, but I just thought of 3 of them building this plane. One of which included that leaving that staple in. I've never done that before. That's a new one, even for this. Even for the one I built earlier today. This is new. Well, cool. All right. It kind of looks like Venom. Man, gee, thanks for reminding me. I meant to work on Venom. I keep doing this crap. I get fixated on the one and like kind of let others like go. Yeah, but see, now you got me thinking about these other options. This damn thing. Because Jesus, now I'm aggravated that the damn wing back here is not really cooperating either. These kids keeping you busy, Robert. You actually not gonna be able to like do what we normally do. And I am sorry we got in a little bit later. It seems to be the work of the day. I don't mean to be doing that. I'm sorry. Okay, well, as long as it's up. And again, these flaps are new too. These flaps, I had cut them and suggested you guys cut them a little bit like not as Jesus age. Like normally I would have them cut all the way out to about where the winglets are, the anhedrals are. Robert, if you'd followed me through the show, I've been saying winglets a lot more often. Looking back on Ben, even though I don't, I mean, again, I get it, but damn it, I don't care. You call him what you like. And I mean no offense to Ben, seriously. Dude's smart, but I only call them winglets when they're like this big. They're anhedrals when they're this big. Anyway, so, and truth be told, the reason why he does that, and I understand that also, is anhedral and dihedral, negative dihedrals, anhedral, blah. Anyway, that's just actually an illustration of the angle off the horizontal plane that whatever surface follows. So I use it like it's a noun, like the device is an anhedral, and that is probably what bothers him. Whereas like any device off the wing would be construed as a winglet. But I also think back to the F4 Phantom, and of course like its wings having the upward cant where the wings folded in Navy style, you know, and the tailplane also. I mean, that plane was a practice in angles, right? The tailplane, the horizontal tailplane wasn't true horizontal because they were at a dihedral or an anhedral, while you know the winglets had the dihedral. So anyway, big fool I'd be if that's backwards. But anyway, that's why I call them that, because I picture an F4 every time I do it. And again, if I made them small, winglets all the way. But these are not small, so I can't do it. It doesn't sit right on my conscience. Oh, that's good. No, I know, right? Like, oh man, it's a Zen thing to build the plane. It's why, actually, I mean, like, I know I keep offering you excuses as to why you don't get some. And one of the reasons I don't like to build the planes on the show is because I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to get some, like, get your weekly airplane fix in. That's why this is a chat show. That's why I like to, like, keep saying things. And I hate building because if you're like me, I have to describe it to you, so I'm still talking. But if you're like me, when you get into building it, it's a Zen thing. And like I can forget everything. I forget everything going on. You probably talk to me. You can probably set off a grenade. As long as I'm not going to be concussed by it, I'm not going to know what's going to happen. Even if it gets set off, I'm going to finish a fold and say like, what's going on out there? So like I get into it. And that's why I don't like to do it on the show, because the show I like to be like, any questions, comments, let's talk, you know. The weekly show Wednesday is for that. The Friday shows, the soon-to-be other day shows, if we do a Saturday, a Monday, whatever the hell it is we do, those are going to be for like, you know, like the chat. And like my Friday show, that's for a build. I don't expect to be, hell, I mean, I can pre-record them and upload them. Which point of fact, is probably what I'm going to be doing. But because again, while building, it's like, I'm building. Get away. Don't care. Anything outside of this zone is irrelevant. So yeah, I mean, like, I get it. If you're not being calm because you're not like that, yeah. You might not know how to make the... All right. Abby, you're asking for something the maestro is not able to build, man. The iPhone? I do Androids. I don't like Apple stuff. I think Apple's a little bit too overpriced for what they are. Um, I understand that when you buy an iMac or what the hell am I saying? See, they've got us so eyed everything. I want to put I in front of everything that has to do with them. When you buy a Mac, yeah, you can spend like two house payments in knowing four house payments in knowing that you've got it like probably the most secure virus unhackable computer. Blah blah blah. A, that's not 100% true, and B, I like being able to customize my machine. Like everything inside my tower that I've got here, and yes, I'm doing this from a desktop, of course, but everything I got in my tower, I've tweaked, I've played with, I've put in, installed, except for the damn CD drive. And believe me, one of these days I'm going to take this thing, I'm going to shut this thing down, take that thing out, and get my freaking power cord back in there. But anyway, I like being able to customize the inside of it. I'm also going to mount it so I don't have to take it out of the tower anymore. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Point is, I like being able to customize it. I don't care about the hacks, because truthfully speaking, knocking on millennials, I don't get hacked often, and I don't go through, for some odd reason, the rest of my family has these problems with like, why is my computer running? Can you look at my computer? Blah, 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 blah. Where the hell do you guys go? Where do you go and what do you do? I'm pretty sure I go more places than you do, and yet I end up with less shit than you guys do. I don't understand, but anyway, no, I just don't like Apple products in general. Even though I got a free gift card to get $200 worth of shit, I still can't bring myself to buy it. I've had an Apple gift card for 200 worth $200 American dollars for going on 4 years. No joke. Can't bring myself to spend it because that would mean I have an Apple product. I don't like Apple. Just don't like it. Yeah, only recently, actually, the Apple stores had some cool things that I may be interested in getting, like the Philips Hue, some smart lights. I got smart lights. I just want more. So I'm gonna expand it with that because for a while there, dude, seriously, 4 years ago, whenever the hell I got, might even be 6. I mean, I've had it a long time, but like, it's probably spend it before it expires, huh? Doesn't have an expiry date. Anyway, I was like, don't want an iPod, don't want an iPad, don't want an iPhone. Hate the iPhone. I can't do it, man. I can't. I cannot. It's just too much fucking money. And then when you buy, like, dude, if you go in to a place, maybe one of you guys can explain this to me. If you buy the phone and get a contract, right? You're gonna buy the phone. They'll give you the phone. Have an iPhone on us. No, 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 no. That's in case you get the contract. So like it's however much money for like basically free air so you can surf the internet because it's not a phone, it's a mini computer, let's face it, and a camera because who the hell calls anymore? Y'all text, y'all Facebook, y'all play games, y'all take pictures. 4 things phones have never been able to do until these, newfangled shit. Anyway, so you got all this crap on the iPhone, which they put planned obsolescence in. They only give it to you so big so you can fill it up with apps. So then it starts running slow, or they make it run slow in another 2 years. So you have to buy another one. So you already got $1,000 phone. And seriously, you know these are $1,000 because if you look it up and you want to purchase one without the contract, they're like $1,000, $2,000, right? So you purchase it on a contract, so you get it on free, but it's like, $50, $100 a month to have this bullshit. Whatever. Yeah. They got you. They got you for life. They're going to make it with planned obsolescence for 2 years. You have to buy the newest one. It's like, oh, for $10 more, we'll give you this new phone. So you're not finished paying off the old phone. They're going to give you a new phone and add $10 onto it. Your death spiral has just begun. Because it never goes, the price never goes down. When does it go down? It goes up every damn time. Why would you do that? I have never got a contract on my cell phone, and I never will. I pay $7 a month, get 5 gigs of data, get unlimited text, and get like 500 minutes of phone. I don't need anything more than that. Why the hell would I get a contract? And I just have to like add a little bit of money if I want to up the text. Because I don't use my data because I don't surf the web on my phone like I guess the rest of the world does. I hate that crap. And yes, I Android. I got a Samsung. Because, like, seriously, I hate saying that, too, because if you don't have an iPhone, you have a Samsung, right? They're like the big two, and then there's everybody else. I used to have an LG and an LTE, and I like them. I just happen to be on a Samsung. The next phone I get will not be a Samsung, most likely, because I dig Motorola's. Anyway. It's like a Galaxy J7 Sky, I believe. I thought I was going to do that. I see those places that, yeah, you can't use the SD card. I've seen those places that trade cards. But again, now that I've seen that the Apple Store has got some cooler shit, like they have Philips Hue, they have the Nano Leaf. I'm very seriously considering getting that Nano Leaf. Those Nano Leafs look cool. I've played with them in the store. I'm probably going to get a set of those. I think those look really cool on the wall somewhere. Drumming to the backbeat of my music, you know what I mean? I would show you the mobile, but it's upstairs. I am not going all the way upstairs to get that damn thing. And perfectly all right. If I stop storing videos on it, remember to use the SD. Like Robert, like you said, the SD card's crucial. I like being able to pop in music and pictures and shit as I see fit. I don't put many apps on my mobile because I don't actually use it for hardly anything. So, I mean, seriously, Facebook is not on my phone. YouTube's on there because I might post a video from it. I hate doing that. You've seen probably I got a pretty famous, now infamous, like video of that. Like, oh look, the idiot's using a phone. Because I hate the way those camera views look. I love the landscape. I hate portrait. And every phone, everybody's like, hey, look at me over. Oh man, I'm not even gonna get into that, but everybody know. I think how I feel about that is pretty well known. So, no, I have a camera for that. That's what a camera is for. My phone is for texting and taking pictures. No, my phone is for making the occasional call, sometimes texting. Pictures are my last bloody resort. Oh, I do like posting to the calendar. I have to admit, it takes notes really good. But I'm hardly ever on the internet with the thing. When I come home, I put it on Wi-Fi because I hate using my data. Because, dude, seriously, I'm not paying for air. It's just stupid. No. I think Americans like the iPhone. Dude, there's so many people around me have that damn iPhone. It's a fucking joke. I don't know. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I don't like supporting Microsoft, and I don't like supporting Apple. So I'm kind of stuck in a death spiral. But I mean, it's like, what's the lesser of two evils? You know, I'll never get an iPhone. I know that. I will never get an iPhone. They're just not worth it. A, because they cost too much outright, which is the only reason I buy, because I'm never getting a contract. I shouldn't say never, but I can actually, with 99.6% clarity, know I will never buy a phone contract. I could probably say that 80% buying an iPhone. I'd still never buy the most recent one. I'd probably be two generations behind, because I hate making payments on anything. We've talked about this before. Don't have no car payments. I buy my cars outright. I'm never making payments on a car again. That's just stupid, in my point of view. No, I'm not paying for a car. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna own it. Be damned if the bank owns it. And that's the thing about the phones. So not even the bank owns your phone. The phone company owns your phone. What's worse? I mean, you don't have phone police coming and repoing your phone if you miss a payment. They just simply stop service. So is that better or is that worse? I don't know. I don't care. But I noticed that. No, right, you're right. It's like Android is so it's the PC of phones, whereas obviously iPhone is the Mac because you can do so much. I mean, it could be argued you can do a lot more with Apple, but Apple is so proprietary. It's fucking ridiculous. Like even their music is not compatible. You know, you have to get a scrambler or a descrambler and rectify the file extension to make music compatible with the phone if you take it off the iPhone or put it on the iPhone. Your music could be there, but it's in a different format because Apple. If I'd have known they were going to be this kind of dicks when they were young, I'd have probably tried to do something about it back then. But because they seem to be so user friendly when they first started out. Now they're they're almost like Disney about their shit. Apple and Disney should get together and form wouldn't it be cool? And I'm totally saying this with sarcasm. Follow me along. Wouldn't it be cool if Apple and Disney joined forces and made the world hell on earth? Because between the two of them, they already have. Disney has destroyed Marvel and Star Wars. I will probably never watch anything else as long as they dip their fucking fingers in it. And Apple has basically destroyed computing, either mobile or otherwise. It's like, no, dude, no. I mean, don't get me wrong, Microsoft's a pretty big evil too, but I admit, I've gained weight. That's why I said I got a Microsoft machine, but I got a Linux machine too. Actually, I've got more Linux machines than Apple machines. More PC machines right now. So I feel good. I feel like I'm, like becoming one with nature. I'm communing. People do. Yeah, I mean, people think they're rich like nowadays. I mean, man, when did status symbolism become such a freaking thing nowadays, especially in America? I really sincerely hope this is why America sucks, and this is why all you people out there hate America. And I get it because I hate America and I live here. But I mean, like, there's so many different things that go on here. I mean, there's nice things, but there's crappy things and shit like that. Having to deal with these uppity freaking privileged people that go around thinking they're rich with their iPhones and their Land Rovers because they bought a Land Rover. I mean, I understand if you got Kardashian money, making money for being stupid and doing nothing except making your ass fat is probably, we made them that way. But again, America, that shit wouldn't be happening if they lived in Djibouti or something like that. Seriously. And again, that pisses me off. But I'm not part of that system. I did not contribute to their wealth. I will not. But anyway, dude, I bought a Range Rover. I'm status. A, when did that become a thing? And B, no, you're not. You do understand that the base 2 Range Rovers are based off a BMW and a Chevy. That's a Chevy. Why do you think as soon as you drive them off the lot, they lose over 80% of their value? You don't have deck. If you didn't pay for it outright, like if you had Kardashian money, that's not a status symbol. That just means you really wish you could afford something like that outright. Wait till you have to fix it. Why did you get something that depreciated 80% just driving it off the car lot? Why are you driving a Chevy in Rover's clothing? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? All because status. You don't have status. If you're paying it, that just means you can afford bigger payments. So, I don't consider that a win. I know where some of your money is going. Me, I've got my cars outright. You don't know where my money's going. There ain't a lot of rich people in America. There's just a lot of ignorant people in America. Don't ever let them tell you any differently. America is filled with ignorant people that think their life is better than it really is. Present company notwithstanding. Because we a bunch of alright, ain't we, Rob? We know the deal. I mean, if we were smart, we'd get out of here. I mean, seriously, you could have... Because of the way the American dollar's worth, even though I don't know how much longer that's going to last, thanks to them throwing money around like it's toilet water at things that they can't fix. I mean, I give you, these stimulus checks we've been getting, these $1 trillion things that we get, like they throw trillion out there now like it's nothing. And seriously, this is going to put America in such a debt hole in the next 2 to 5. Like Indian rupees are going to be worth more. And Avi, I know you guys aren't exactly you guys are a powerhouse to a degree, but not the kind of powerhouse you could be. But don't worry, America will be catching up, being down, right there. Because seriously, it's getting bad. It's going to be worse. Y'all think we're not going to pay for this $1 trillion, these multi-trillion-dollar stimulus and shit we throwing out there like it's nothing? Oh yeah, it's going to hurt. And I hope to Christ we're going to be out of this country when that happens. Because, man, we're just going to be a gray hole of money sucking. Whew. I want to be here when that happens. I'm really very seriously considering about looking at my next house somewhere in, I don't know, anywhere but here. Canada, Japan, Nepal, Bangladesh. I know they're hot, but I don't care. I just can't be in this place because, dude, I can't be in Kardashian world. I mean, seriously. Any place that allows people like that to get somewhere. Man, I'm renting now, ain't I? I don't know how much. It depends. How much is the iPhone in yours? I would have to translate out that we'll have to see. Cause you do you do rupees still? Is it the rupee? I'd have to see exactly what the exchange rate is. I mean, I don't. I'm not trying to dig on you guys, but last I saw, rupees weren't doing so hot. I can't believe that. I thought y'all had a really pretty good economy, but I don't think I'm sure everybody can look this up right now, but I doing the same thing. Let's say, yeah, you ain't doing too hot. 73 Indian rupees, if that's what you're using. 70,000? Good God. Okay, that's Abby, that's actually about right. That means $950 currently. And if you were to buy an iPhone outright minus the contract, that's about right. That's a little lean on the figure. I think the last time I checked, wasn't the iPhone $1,700 out the gate? Brand new. It's ridiculously expensive for something you can hold in the palm of your hand, watch it fall down to the sidewalk and crack. But whatever. Dude, if I'm paying that much money, I better be able to throw it at a moving car and dent the car or stop the car with no damage to the phone. Because I'll be damned if I'm spending $1,000 on something that's just going to drop into the water. Oops, and it's done. You fucking kidding me? 70,000 rupees. So yeah, you guys, your economy. But again, don't worry. A few years with all this stimulus, yeah, we'll probably be right there too. Who knows? Maybe the Indian rupee will be stronger than the dollar at that point. I think it's because you're like, it's not your economy. I think your economy is pretty good. It's just your gross domestic product sucks. So, I mean, Japan's having that same problem too. Like, I don't know why, but Japanese yen's not doing very hot either. It almost never has, which is really weird considering. I mean, it's strange. But again, they're an island nation that is so small that they can't develop too much in the way that yeah, their technology is great, but they need so much stuff. They need way more than they can produce. So that's their downfall. India, I don't know. You guys probably shouldn't be like that, but well, again, you got to watch. I mean, there's obviously always deals out there for just about everything, such as phones. But I mean, like it could be a used one. Um, it could be something else. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know exactly what all constitutes the market for the iPhone because I'm not going to get an iPhone. But yeah, well, I mean, like Robert, for the most part, I think India, like everywhere, I mean, it's India. Obviously, they may speak different dialects, but I'm pretty sure they use the rupee everywhere. So, but yeah, it's isn't it funny though? Oh, we got a little talk about economy going on, man. I like Market Watch here. With a nod to NPR, we're doing a little Market Watch here, watching the economy collapse together. Let's build a bonfire and watch the economy collapse. What do you say, guys? Yeah, it's about time I scrap some more airplanes too. I gotta get my fire pit built. I'm trying to pick out my brick that's gonna go on the inner ring, and like there's this really nice thick brick that you're supposed to put in the inside of a fire pit, which I don't want because it's gonna require twice the digging. Got a nice 35-inch diameter hole, but if you put like 8 inches on the outside, it's just that much more digging that I really don't want to do. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to do it, but we'll see. I gotta see how I want to. I've got like 3 different designs for it, so I just know it's gonna be an in-ground. I know I want the top to look. I just don't know how I want the ring to look. And actually, I've changed the top, so whatever. But yeah, it'll be a nice place to burn some planes. I got a little off topic, but I was like thinking, like it is a place to burn planes. So obviously, and we've said it before, burning the way to go. Okay, it's hard to shred them, not so hard to burn them. Burn them puppies, burn them down, burn them to the ground. Yeah, you're gonna want to do that, of course. I'm gonna put down that we're doing that. I'm going to mention that on the thing. Rupees to dollars. What's going on? Yeah, I'm going to put that in there too. You can look that one up. Maybe I'll put a picture of an iPhone on there. Hey, man, I don't consider you poor. You know what? I consider you, if you don't buy an iPhone, I consider you to be of steel mind and sharp decision making because you didn't fall into that trap. What aggravates me about that, it's kind of a little like Robert's just saying about like you rich if you have an iPhone, status symbol crap that I was saying. What drives me nuts is like you don't even have to go that far back. What would you say, 10 years, 7 years even? Back then, back when we were all really getting into phones, everybody had a different phone, and that's how they made themselves. That was your unique identity. It's like check out, I have this phone, I have this phone. Now nobody has a unique identity. Everybody's either got the fucking iPhone or the latest Samsung. Seriously, that's it. They just, what did you decorate it in? Did you put kitty ears on it, or is it bejazzled, or whatever the hell? Like, seriously. That's how much of a status symbol it is. They don't even care that it's like, well, you ain't nothing if you don't get an iPhone. Which is, what did you do with it? Before it was like all like Droid, or like any Motos, or Nokias. You know, I mean, used to be the shit, right? Now it's just two different phones dominate the market, and then the poor little hood rat po folk have to get Zuis and, you know, ZTEs and shit, Huis and ZTEs and shit. Like, really, dude? Really? You think anything in that damn phone isn't made in China? I'm telling you, man, China's the way to go. These are the cool people. They make everything. China's like ants. They're industrious as hell. I gotta give it up to Chinese, man. Seriously. I mean, yeah, they do things wrong, but it can be argued Americans do things worse. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'd show it to you, but I gotta go upstairs. And again, I'd be gone for 2 or 3 minutes. I don't like leaving the show that long. It's Galaxy J7 Sky Pro, if you want to look it up. And there's really no point, because, like, seriously, like, remember, like, if you tell somebody what, again, like, just going back to what I said, 10 years ago, if you told somebody a phone, you had to look it up because you wanted to see what it looked like, because they were so different. Now it's like, if you look it up, it's like, well, it's got a touchscreen, got a camera, got a button. Yeah, they all look the fucking same. I mean, seriously. Like, how different, you know? I hate them. I have one. The only reason I put it out to pasture and want this stupid smartphone. I mean, I've had smartphones for a little while, but this is literally the first one I've had that it looked like everybody else's. It was because my flip didn't stop working because I think it got wet. I think it got moist. I didn't dunk it. I think, like, I took it out in, like, a foggy situation, and it started acting funny. That's the only thing. I love flip phones. Call me old school, but I just love the way they're like Star Trek communicators. And, I mean, like, I love the fact that you can hang up on flipping it closed and shit like that, because that's like the closest you can get to slamming a phone down like you used to anymore when you really want to end a conversation. I just think that's cool. Like, doing this to hang up, take that. No, that's not fierce at all. I really hate it. I don't like those phones. I don't like any of those phones. Because, again, everybody looks like they got the same damn thing. But it was, like, on sale for, like, 2/3 off. When I got it, it was, like, originally $139. I got it for $40. Actually, I think it was $159. But I'm rounding down because I don't want to say too much. I just know I got it for $40. Not even refurb. It was brand new. And my flip died. I said, I just got a soft spot for flips. But I had a touchscreen smart flip. And again, if you look those up, I mean, I know the bendable screens are coming, and I might dabble into that because I like that, because I like flip phones. But if you just look up genuinely touchscreen, you know, flips, smart flips, they're really, really, really hard to find. And I had one, so I kind of enjoyed that. But yeah, but like, seriously, it's like Chinese phones blow up, dude. You know what? There's a lot of phones blow up. It just depends on where your battery's made and how they packed it. In truth, it's how batteries are packed is what causes them to blow up. Hence why if you see like a lot of LiPo batteries and even NiCads and stuff, they have that like loose packaging, and you can feel when they, you know, like after multi-recharges and stuff, they start to, you know, expand a little bit. That's in how they were packed. I mean, if you've got raw battery lead or whatever it is, the core of the cadmium in there, if they didn't pack it right, it's going to expand. If they packed it right, your battery can stay excited for a lot longer, and it won't blow up. But again, that's not either there as to who produced it or when or where. It's just, I mean, if something is manufactured, if you manufacture 1 million of them, dude, about 100 to 1,000 of them are going to be faulty. It's unavoidable. It's production. You know, I mean, not everything is perfect. Even robots will screw up somewhere. And I mean, obviously, if you make something with multiple components, unlike a paper airplane, you make something with multiple components, one of those components is going to be faulty. It just depends on which unit it's faulty in. And lo and behold, you may have the one that's faulty. So it's a roll of the dice. I just hate the fact how that also influences people's, like, I mean, you ever notice if you go and look on, like, if you go look in online reviews on these things, these damn things have become such status symbols that it's like anything that is, no matter where you go, no matter who you shop for, if you don't go straight to like an Apple site, you have to almost go straight to Apple site or Samsung site to compare and review shop. Because if you go to Amazon, if you go to eBay, if you go to anywhere, Best Buy that sells all of them in multiples, if it's not an Apple, if it's not a Samsung, it gets a lower review. Because it's not an Apple or a Samsung. Every motherfucking sheeple out there will complain about some little niggly thing because basically what they don't want to say is not an Apple or a Samsung. Well, this wasn't as clear as my Apple was. No shit. Tell us something we don't know. That's why I hate listening to those reviews. I mean, obviously some of them are like, paid by the Apple people. But like, like that's an Apple employee, so they're giving high hopes. But I mean, it's so funny to see like a ZTE getting a 3.3 review or an LG even LG, which is no slouch. LG's some pretty good stuff. Fucking Sony, seriously, who's like almost been like choked out of the cell phone market. Or Google, the giant that they are, can't get their cell phone sold because Apple and Samsung have got a stranglehold on it. Because again, reviewers who won't give anything that isn't marked Apple or Samsung a less than or over 4-star review. Like, well, there's this thing with it, this thing with it. And if you read between the lines, it basically says, well, it's just not an Apple. It's just not an iPhone 22 fucking XG. I hate people. I hate sheeple. I hate people. My wife asked me earlier, whatever, like I make a great combat medic because I've got no problem sawing your leg off, but saving lives, that ain't for me, man. That is not for me. I want less lives. I don't want more lives. I'm not saving your life. I'm trying to figure out a way to shorten it. Sorry, shouldn't say that. Oh my God, I hate that plane. Oh my God, don't get me started on that crap. Dude, I know that, like, back in the day, if you lived through the Cold War, Abby, you did not. I know if you lived through the Cold War, you used to see all these black and white, fuzzy photos of a shadow of, oh, is that a Sukhoi 15? Is that a flagon? It appears to have a conical nose. Did the radome get rounded, or is it just triangular? Because if you remember watching it, it used to do that. And it's like, I mean, maybe if I was in the Soviet Union during the Cold War and I saw fuzzy pictures of an F-16, I'd probably feel the same way. But seriously, man, Russian planes are overall ugly. Back in the Cold War. They've gotten better, but it's only because they build 2 planes now. Actually, kind of 1.5. They built a flanker, and that's basically it. I mean, seriously, you know what I'm saying? But like, like, dude, they're just, I mean, maybe I'm jaded. I mean, I'm not saying Americans, I'm not saying French, I'm not saying British haven't built ugly planes. I think the BAC TSR-2 Mark II, sorry, British guys, that plane was ugly. Oh my God, that plane was ugly. I know y'all think that was like the epitome of British design and performance, and it was scrapped, and it never should have been scrapped, and it was the prettiest. No, that thing was ugly. I mean, oh my God, it was designed with an ugly pen on ugly paper and built with ugly materials to fly ugly. Whew. But like the flagon, I even like the flagon, the Su-15. Still, it's like, I'm not saying there isn't nobody else that built ugly planes. But dude, the J-20 is just another one in a long line of, what the fuck? I mean, the plane is ugly. It's like, okay, my problem with it is like the ratio of length to width is just all wrong. It's all wrong. Why is that goddamn plane like the size of a school bus with wings the size of a beetle? That's like it's not. It's just the mental image I get. And when you look at an F-22, and like I said, this could be a bias, but when you look at an F-22, it's like compact and rounded where it needs to be. It's just long enough to fit with the width. The ratio is like perfect. I hate saying that because I'm not really that fond of an F-22. I think the F-23 was like the epitome of technology, and we bailed on what could have been. But the J-20, oh my God, dude, don't get me started. That FC-31 that they have, the J-31, the naval, that plane's hot. I think they did a lot better with that. But that J-20 is just, I'm sorry, it's just fucking ugly. If you chopped off like 18 feet, we can talk. Like, it's like they made it longer so they could put canards and tailplanes on it. It's like, why don't you just pick one or the other and shorten it by like 10 feet? That's all it needs. Just shorten it 10 feet. Rafale is beautiful. I've said this before on the show many times. I'm going to say it again. I've always had a soft spot for French aircraft, French design. Dassault Breguet, they have built beautiful aircraft for the most part. I don't know what they were thinking with the Ouragan, but the Mirage and Rafale, oh my God, Rafale is... I don't see how you can build a better looking plane besides the F-23. I don't see how you can build a better looking plane than Rafale. The Typhoon is a donkey. I hate the Typhoon. Typhoon's ugly as hell. You know, there's this big looking open mouth on top. I mean, yeah, you guys can say all you want. They're like, oh, hell, so is Rafale. And it looks better doing it. Gripen, Swedish Gripen, Saab Gripen. It's a nice looking plane too. Little shafted because it's single engine, but hey man, dude, that little single engine gets the job done. I'm still in love with that one. I mean, my favorite looking planes are usually, I've got a wide range. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I got a certain love for Fat Alberts. It's something so cute about, like, I used to think it was actually cute how the C-141 looks like you could reach out. If you remember the C-141, the United States Air Force C-141, the C-17 replaced it. If you saw it, it like laid so low to the ground. If you were at it at a distance, it looked like you could hug that plane because it was like a stovepipe all on the ground. So I got a soft spot, especially when they made them all gray. I thought they looked sinister, like when a C-5 used to have the European 1 camo, green, gray. I used to think that was sinister. I thought that was cool. Euro 1 is a great camouflage. But the all gray, it looks like you just like reach out and hug them. They're just so fat. So I kind of like those. So I like C-130s. I like C-5s, C-17s. I like the bigger, like the An-124, the Ruslan. I like that one, but it's never been camouflaged. So it kind of looks like a civilian plane. And I have never been that fond of civilian planes except for the 727. Prop jobs, turbo props. I mean, like I just said, the C-130. Some of them are cool. That A400 Atlas that Airbus builds, that thing's an ugly piece of crap. Oh my God, dude. I mean, I understand the design principles needed to build planes like this, but damn, that plane is ugly. Again, it has to do with ratios. I mean, and I love the look of the A-10 because it's big and brawny. It takes a beating. So again, we're talking about. I mean, that plane is only pretty in the eye of the beholder. But I love that bird. I like the Tornado. Jaguar. Jaguar's again another one of those planes where it looks like it needs a little bit of width added to the length. Different is one thing. Ugly is another. I mean, again, F-23 is different. There's a lot of planes that are different. Chances are, if it's not mass-produced, it's different. If you mass-produce it, it ain't all that different. And I mean, like I said, I'm sorry, I can't get with it. It's just too damn long. It's too long, and all the appendages, besides the wings, look too small. It looks like they built the fuselage with a wing, and then everything else was forgotten for a bit. It's like, oh shit, we need to put a cockpit on it. Oh shit, I forgot vertical fins. Oh shit, canards. Seriously. It's like, well, throw the canards off of a... Like when we built like the AFTI F-15. It's like, well, that MiG-15 over there, take the tailplanes off, put the canards on. Seriously, everything else on that plane looks like an afterthought. I understand the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's just, my eye beholds it as ugly. Yours beholds it as beautiful. I get you. I understand. But you ain't changing my mind. I mean, I said, I think the F-22 is far from perfect. But it's a lot better looking than the J-20. It looks like if you were to put that thing through a high G reefing turn, climbing turn, you would break its back. And then you would have two smaller planes that actually look better than it. It's just too fucking long. I know, and everybody argues that. Everybody argues Typhoon is so good. I'm sorry, I was reading your comments, trying to catch up here. Oh, you want to know how to build our stays too, huh? So do I. I haven't forgotten. It's just I haven't perfected our stay either. Hell, I haven't perfected the burst aircraft yet, but I'm getting closer. I mean, in case you hadn't noticed, this is actually kind of close to that. But not a burst, not an Arstea. Arstea is like, yeah, they're kind of cool. I haven't really fully decided on that. I've got 3 different working variants of Arstea, although 2 of them are kind of like more locked down. The third is just like recently found, and I'm kind of like, eh. So, yeah. No, there you go. Hey, Robert, perfect. There you go. Perfect example. Yeah, the F8's ugly as shit, too. Sorry, I had to throw that in there because you said that. I love the A7. Because the A7 did what the F8 did not. They shortened it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The F8 was like this, and then you pick. It's like the longer you made it out, the narrower you made the wings. The A7, you lopped off that 8 feet that made it look stupid and long and made it great. That's what I'm saying. And again, you may call them ugly, and I bet more people agree with you than with me. It's just I find the attractiveness of the A7 more utilitarian than just like beauty, you know. I mean, I still think it's pretty. I just think it's pretty all around because it looks good and it does good. So, and the F8, you've seen what it does, right? Packs 4 guns, 4 cannon on either side, but you can't put any pylons on the wings. They're mounted to the side of the fuselage. What? What? I'm sorry. I mean, could you say dopey? Ugh, no. I do love the fact that it could change the incidence of the wing by actually activating that pneumatic system above the wing box to raise it for landing. That was cool. That was unique among every aircraft. I mean, obviously, we ain't doing the shit again either, are we? But, ugly. No, can't do it. I appreciate packing 4 guns. I don't ever think we can have enough guns, but ugly. I bet dude, seriously, I think if they would have rounded the nose, it would have been more attractive. Because A7, baby. A7 all the way. But, what was the other one? You made me think of another one when you said that too. Oh, come on, Abby, help me out here. It wasn't just the F8, it wasn't just the A7. Damn it. I had it and lost it. I'm not... if you go with like the F5 versus the F20, that's too close. I mean, basically you just changed the plan form a little bit and gave it a bigger, fatter engine. Nothing else is too much different in those planes. So I think we definitely should have built the F20, but I'm trying... Oh, man, I had it and lost it. Some planes I look back on in history and like, I wonder what the hell they were thinking. And then other planes are like, dude, for real. Bobby, like I said, I don't know if I can. I don't even know if I could bring you an Arstea. It's like Arstea is all kinds of different. Plus the fact that I don't know where one is. And I'm looking at my line right now. So like, where the hell? Where do we have it? Oh, by the way, little piece of news. I love the way I'm bringing this out nonchalantly, and I'm considering this major for my company or whatever for SIL, but I'm going to retire Nimbus. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm going to bring out a new variant of Nimbus, and I'm just going to retire it. Okay. It's not as big a news because I'm basically retiring that base version because, again, I like that paper that I originally made out of which I really, it's like a newspaper, flyer paper that comes in your mail. was like a crucial tidbit to like that's like how you build them. And I was like, okay, the paper doesn't hold up well for anything, even though it does, but it doesn't. It just, newspaper ages so bad, obviously. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to retire that variant and start building it out of better paper, which means, of course, I'm going to have to sacrifice calendar paper to build it. But, you know. Well, no, I got to send you, Rob, I didn't send you the pictures because remember, I got to send you, thank you for reminding me. Let me go in right now. What I'm going to do this. Seriously, while I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to send you the photos. I'm just going to make sure that you can like link to the bloody, you know what I'm talking about? The photos that are in the IVPAC documents, where you get all the documents and shit. I'm just going to make sure you can like share it so you can see all of them. Because again, it'll be way easier. All you can do, I'll send you an invite. You can see all the pictures. KIAs, missiles, NASA's, SILs, Gents, Pharaohs. They're all in there. At least I think they are. I mean, a lot of them are. So I'm not too worried. But let me make sure that you can see the photos wherever images are. There they are. And that way, because that's all I meant to do. Because remember we were talking about, I've got like, you know, what was it, 4 gigs of photos, 12,000 pictures. And that keeps growing. But I'll make sure that I update my pictures in there. And then you can see what it is I'm seeing. I know I'll be out. Yeah, I'm looking through. Let me look through and see if I can find an Arstair. Did they fly that good in that video? I mean, I know you're getting Arstair from that video, that flight video that I had a while back. Did they fly that good? I think they did, didn't they? I seem to remember that. I was a little disappointed in them, but not overall. Because they're still, those engines are still inefficient. That's the only. Hey man, dude, by the way, wait, let me go back a little bit. He can send me some pictures of the F8, but it's still not going to make me like that plane any worse. It's just too damn long. I noticed your trend though. I am noticing your trend. Your trend is you like these planes that are a little bit long. Because, again, everything you've been mentioning is these planes that are, like, longer than they are. Did you like the F-111? I always think that's a trick question because when an F-14, even the MiG-23, when they swept their wing, that's a bad example. The Su-22, the fitter, even the Su-24 to a lesser extent, when they sweep their wings, but the F-14 is a prime example. The Tornado, I'm thinking about like almost all the sweep wings. When they sweep their wings, for the most part, they're pretty cool. The F-14 looks really good. The Su-1722 looks really good. The 24 looks all right. Looks pretty good. The Tornado, the F-111, not so much. When their wings are deployed, they look hot. When their wings are back, they look like they're too long and the wings are too short. And that's what a J-20 and an F-8 look like to me. But that's what you like. And the reason I was asking was like, because you would like them all around. You would like them going supersonic with the wings swept back. Because, again, they look like they're this wide, but they look like they're this long. And I can't, like I said, I see the two different mind frames between you and me on that. I like them to be a nice, well-rounded, like if you put a big square, they would fit in the square if there was a little bit more rectangular. You think outside that box. You want to be a rectangular thing, portrait, like landscape, like I talk about, but you want the plane to be filling it up this way, but not so much this way. I'm not done with that. I'm sorry. Hey, now, Abby, if you want to look at like the YouTubers like us, like again, I pretty much like I try to keep IVPAC up with everybody so that like when you look on our website, when you look, well, not our website, but if you go to the channel section here on our YouTube channel itself, you should be able to find like everybody's. You can find OAE's, even though he hasn't put up a video in, like a decade and a half. Come on, OAE. Where you at, bro? You got us worried now. Ben puts out, Foldable Flight puts out. I mean, everybody's Powell Roberts is out there. I mean, yeah. But the SR-71 engines, yeah, they're not because they're... What the hell? Apparently got a little bit of cleanup to do. Yeah, I'll make it... Oh, I got to call your folder something other than tap, too. The folder the IVPAC shared is still called tap. I got to work on that. And I got to take the pictures of my cat out of there. I don't know why the hell the pictures of my cat are in there. Oh, that's right, because it's a tablet. Blah. Yeah. Yeah, I will link it to you now, though, so you get the pictures. It's just easier that way. I mean, if I were to start uploading you pictures, you and I would have to be online for the next 48 hours as I gave you each picture. It's just better to share these, that way you can have them. Google's got them. Our shared drive's got them all, so. Where is that Arstea? Oh, shit. I forgot about that. The one that... Oh, damn it. If you look back... Well, you guys can't, but can we looking back through my flight log about 3 years ago now. Yeah, it was like late 2018. Arstea got stuck in a tree. The best flight one got stuck in a tree, spent the night outside, and I'm not sure how it happened, but it ended up in the creek, little creek area. If you've watched some of the videos that you've seen there where I've got one of the ones that's advanced materials, the phase 4 advanced material phase, it got stuck in that little creek that was by Buena's flight annex at Moreland. Arstea did that too, and it kind of like destroyed that aircraft. So now that I'm thinking about it, I may not have an Arstea on hand. Ooh, Abby, you've given me some food for thought here. I've got to try to figure out how I'm going to build the next Arstea. That means I probably don't have a flying example of an Arstea right now. I've got bursts, but I don't have Arsteas. Because I mean, I had a couple of examples, but you'll note I said had. I went through a period of time with those where I didn't like what was becoming of that bird. It's the same thing I did with burst. Because I literally had, I'm pretty sure I built 17 bursts. I now only have 4 of those. And Arsteas, I only had 5. I might have only had 4 because I didn't consider the latest one. It was a different design. And I destroyed 3 and I lost that one. So I honestly may not have a flying example of an Arstea. You'll forgive me for that. I'm going to have to look through my inventory to make sure I even have one to give you. In which case, we will have to do a build because I don't have to build another example of that one. I might not have it at all. And that would truly suck because that is a design I've got to work on. I'm not seeing it hanging up anywhere on the line. And I know it's not. I've actually done a pretty good job of moving my boxes around now. So almost all my birds are hanging up here. Actually, in truth, all my birds are hanging up here. The only other birds that are out here are planes that are not truly mine or ones that are designated to be destroyed or palaced. So I'm doing a pretty good job. Yes, they did. They did. Well, I mean, dude, that's like not really saying much because, I mean, A, it's only a 50-50 chance of saying, like, starting in landscape or portrait mode. And even then, you could fold it either way. Like, even if you start at landscape, you could still fold portrait mode. I mean, I have a tendency of jacking mine up anyway. It's like, normally I fold on a diagonal, so I wouldn't put much stock into that. Yeah, I thank you for that. You've given me some freaking good... Yeah, I need to look that up, because I have no idea what the hell's going on with that. I may have one, but I'm willing to bet it would only be in Pry-Fly. I know I do not have a flying example due to the catastrophe that was. I would think they would probably be able to. Oh, speaking of which, hold on, Abby. Let me go back to like what Robert was saying. I would think they could possibly make like a more economical version, but I also don't think that they liked the way, while it was like, state of the art and beyond for its time. I don't think the way. I don't think the design and economy for how the J79 was and the SR71 would work now. I mean, we're talking about we were talking about using pulse ramjets or pulse jets, and that was a turbo ramjet, and I think we've gone beyond that. If you remember Aurora, the big fad that was, and again, while I do believe we probably built a plane similar to this, maybe even flown it, maybe even retired it by now, I kind of question whether or not that happened, since we're dependent on using that X-31, that little mini shuttle the Air Force keeps sending back and forth on mysterious missions. It still looks like a shuttle with a cigar for a rocket. I mean, for real, that's the plane. I don't think Aurora was really all that. We probably had something that probably flew for about 10 years that really did look like Aurora. Unfortunately, we may never know what the hell that was. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You need to send it from the Power App Factory to the Sill Factory. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure of the original folds. That's the problem, Bobby. I don't know the original folds of Arstea. I have pictures, and I probably wrote it down in the flight log as to when I originally built the thing. I'm probably gonna have to use that, because unless I've got one in the in PriFly, like I said, I don't have one in flyable storage. I mean, I know you're right. I know it started in landscape, and I know it was based in part on Team Diamond. And I do have 15 flyable examples of Team Diamond. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, I don't. I've got 5 because I burned some. I cut down on my Team Diamonds. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, I'm really, no, I'm going to have to look back on them and check. So, holy shit. Okay, guys, look, guys, I'm sorry. We did a good chat. I gotta get out, though, because we're approaching 2 hours, and I started a half hour late. Believe it or not, I actually got a little bit of plans for the rest of the night. Nothing major, but there is something I got to do. So let me cut this at 2 hours, because actually I wanted to get it done a little bit earlier than this. This is going to cut into my time. I'm sorry. Don't mean to cut it short. I'll look into about getting the Arsteas, though, so we can see about flying that. Robert, yeah, I'll make sure that you get shared the drive for the pictures. That's in the background right now. I would send it right away, but whenever you stream on YouTube, it seems to love to cause a lag, so I'm not getting it directly yet. But you will get it. In the meantime, Andy 19.3, this version here. Come on, guys. Robert, look back on the show. Show how to build this thing. See if you can fly it. See if you can get a chance to build it. Get away from all those kids, bro. Abby, you built one with me. Thank you for that. Let me know how this turns out. This should be, if you built the other one, this one should be better. And if you, all the rest of you, if you built one, let me know how it does, man. Put some in the comments. Email me direct, whatever. Let me know how this thing does. Tell me how you tweaked it. I really, really, really want to know how you tweaked it, because I get the feeling this plan form begs some modifications. But in the meantime, guys, I got a jet. It is, as always, it has been a pleasure talking with you guys. I'm glad you came out. Thanks for coming out. We'll be back here next Wednesday. Robert, let's try to see if we can actually hook up maybe sometime before even Wednesday. I'm sorry we didn't do it tonight. I thought Mark was going to be on. Don't know why, but that isn't what stopped us. You just were. I was late. You were later. But we'll get. Maybe we could do something on Friday. If I'm not like wiping somebody out, because I got an idea too. Abby, I'll also try to get those tutorials in, because I mean, again, I got a to-do list. I have not forgotten. I told you it before. I'm serious. I've not forgotten. But in the meantime, thanks for coming out for the show. And you guys, you know what we say.